Alright, welcome to my first game of GPQ. I'm playing Red-Green Ramp against a lot less throw, or I guess Unitariist. That's what they're calling themselves. Actually, what deck are they on? Because I never bothered to check. I look at what they're playing. They're playing Unearth. Black, green, graveyard stuff, I guess. Yeah. So I'm just waiting for them to start. Alright, so roll for first. And they're on play. Not great for me. Okay, so this is a really good starting hand because it's Primal Resurgence plus another thing. Like, that's all I need to convince. Like, that's all my opening hand needs to convince me to keep it. Just Primal Resurgence because it's still good on turn 1, plus just something else to do so that I'm not stuck with just Primal Resurgence. But yeah, since I won last GP, I got to promo one of the cards from my deck. So yeah, I promoted Primal Resurgence because I feel like that card kind of needed new art. Like the old art for Primal Resurgence. Let me just look it up. Yeah, I mean, old art doesn't really feel like it's primarily resurgencing something. It's just someone standing there. Although, like, the new art's also like someone sitting there. So, yeah, but you know. Okay, so my opponent starts with Murky Pete and then nothing. So they're planning to fetch end of turn. Oh, okay, Tentic Grove. That's great. So I get to ramp into Tentic Grove off Primal Resurgence. Maybe I should have fetched off Wayfarer Shrine because I want Sack Bowl, or I want lands in my yard for Sacrificial Bowl. And also, a Sacrificial Bowl will be very important in this matchup because it's my only Grave Hate in the deck. But it's also, like, it's pretty decent Grave Hate. You pay 1 green to exile something from their yard. And in a ramp deck, you tend to have lots of mana lying around. Although you also tend to have lots of things to spend the mana on, so it's not as easy to, like, it's not trivial to find spare mana for Sack Bowl. But I mean, it gives you a mana sink to do without, because you can exile lands to pump it up. Okay, so they're gonna fetch Cradle of Corruption off their Murky Pete, which makes sense. Cradle of Corruption is probably it's like a big thing that they're working towards. Starving Stalker. You can do graveyard stuff in order to put counters on it. I see. Sure. Well, I mean, I can't answer it right now because I literally have no creatures. That might be scary, but whatever. I'll fetch a Forest. I don't want to take too much damage because this will be a matchup where life matters, since they're beating me down with these scary creatures. Anyways, I'm going to Tense the Grove. Let's see what I flip. Okay, that's nice. It's probably gonna get killed immediately by a Starving Stalker, but like, it's just gravy because Tense the Grove already got its value by making a land token. And now Alexa's gonna soak up however damage Starving Stalker is willing to do. And it even lets me play an extra land this turn, which I'll take the opportunity to drop a Crumbling Shrine and see what I flip another land. That's not bad. So I'm at 5 mana, so 6 mana. I'm tapping a 6 mana next turn. I'm getting pretty close to Time of Tributes. They're gonna discard Deadwood Terror. Sure. Oh, this is instant speed, but it's only once per turn. Okay, it's not as scary as I thought. Well, it's still scary, but yeah, they can't just one-shot me out of nowhere. But Deadwood Terror, so that thing's scary because if they unearth this thing, they get 2 copies for free. But I think I'm in a decent situation because as long as they don't discard my Time of Tributes, then I can just drop Time of Tributes to turn after next turn, and then make them sack half their board. Oracle's Vision, yeah, sure, that's fine. I don't play Twisted Masterwork anymore because that card got nerfed. It's no longer instant speed. Or I mean, but now it actually looks in graveyards. Actually, yeah, Twisted Masterwork. Oh, did I not update my cockatrice? Apparently I haven't deleted my images yet, huh? Alright, but like, ignore what this thing says. It's sorcery speed now, but also sorcery's a graveyard. And they're going to exile Darkwood. Okay, sure. I mean, actually, did they exile? No, they discarded it. No, they did exile it. Did they have a second copy? Or something? Right, and they kill Alexa. That's fine. And, oh, okay, so now that's bad because they get to take my Time of Tributes. Actually, no, it's not that bad because I can just use Alexa to get back to Time of Tributes and I have plenty of lands to discard. Oh, that's kind of slow because now I can't use Alexa to ramp me. But they're going to take Alexa. Okay, sure. Do they have a second discard spell? Because Tyrant is coming... Oh, taking Alexa means I don't get to ramp up to Tyrant as quickly. Yeah, that works. Alright, so let's see. More lands off the top. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I have to survive 2 more turns and then I'll be fine. Meanwhile, the starving stalker is growing every turn. Okay, that's not great. Let's see if I flip off Crumbling Shrine. Okay, so that thing's... Is that good? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need something more proactive, right? Or am I just like going all in on a ramp plan? Because if I take this thing, then next turn, what am I doing? I animate Crumbling Shrine, I just whack them because I do not want to be blocking with my lands, and I play Primal Resurgence. And then do nothing. Play Primal Resurgence, animate my other Crumbling Shrine, attack with it. How much removal are they running? Let's see. The Pith Welts. Yeah, Pith Welts are pretty good against the lands, but I mean, if they had Pith Welts, they would have used it on Primal Resurgence already, right? It's too risky. Like, I want to draw a good card. I don't want to draw Primal Resurgence there. Actually, no, this guy's Menace. It wouldn't have worked anyways. But I was thinking, if I actually drew Primal Resurgence, I could have. That means I would have 8 mana the turn after next turn, which means I were like one more than 8 mana, which means that I would have been able to use one of my lands to chump block something. But Starving Stalker exists, and that thing is Menace, so that's not gonna happen. So they whack me, and they discard Deathbed Confessor, sure, and they just pass. What? They spent their entire turn playing Grasp of Hollows. I guess they can get back the Aether Muck Bruiser, and that's going to be a problem. I mean, yeah, it will be a problem for me, but I'll just like try to ramp into Tyrant Tributes. Oof. Yeah, this is not a good draw. Well, I mean, I get Tyrant Tributes next turn, no matter what happens, unless they discard it. So, no, unless they kill my Crumbling Shrine or discard my Tyrant Tributes. I think I'm just going to add in both my lands and go on the offense, knock them down to 14, because there's no point in waiting around for things to happen. Yeah. Alright, whack you for 5. Hopefully you don't whack me back for even more than that. I don't think any of you guys have haste. So Starving Stalker is going to be whacking me for 5 next turn, which is fine. As long as you don't have Pithwelt, I'm fine. And you probably don't have Pithwelt because you never used Pithwelt on the Primal Resurgence. Do you have anything in graveyard that can kill one of my guys when they come in? I don't think you don't. Okay, yeah. I'll just get my damage in because once you get that big Denethor Mech Bruiser down, I can't attack past it. Actually, no, Tyrant has flying. I can use Tyrant to attack past stuff. I don't think they have an answer to Tyrant if it ever drops. So they got one turn to do something to me before Tyrant enters play. They're just going to whack me. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, I'll take... Are you going to discard something? Yeah, sure. They're going to exile their Dark or Deadwood Terror. And that thing's instant speed, right? So they get to bring back something. It's your graveyard only. Okay, that's a relief. They're not going to reanimate my guys and blow me out that way. And okay, finally something. Earthbreaker, interesting. I could like use Earthbreaker to kill the Starving Stalker if I really want to. Because otherwise, they're just going to whack me and I can't really stop it. Oh, no, I can't because if I use Earthbreaker, they're just going to discard something and it becomes a 6/6. So I just waste my Earthbreaker. So, yeah, I mean, this turn I'm just going to play Tyrant Tributes and wipe half their board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I did not miscount. I can definitely cast Tyrant Tributes this turn. Let's see what their answers to this thing is. They are going to do something. They're going to use Grasp of Hollows to discard a card and then reanimate something. I mean, it's probably going to be Denethor Mech Bruiser, right? Yeah, that's fine. It's a pretty big Denethor Mech Bruiser, but that thing doesn't have trample, so I can just chump it. And like Tyrant Tributes has flying, so it will kill Terrorist in 3 swings. I will be taking a swing from Denethor Mech Bruiser though, which is actually lethal. Oh, okay, that might be a problem. All they have left now is the swing, so I have to chump the Mech Bruiser with higher tributes, which is concerning. Okay, I mean I gained 3 life, so I can definitely take a swing, right? Yeah. Denethor Mech Bruiser actually gets some buffs. Okay, this is not a great situation for me. Yeah, I might have to use Tyrant to chump. Oh, alright. Earthbreaker also doesn't have any targets now because it can't kill anything. I think I just got some pretty unfortunate draws. I mean, it's not even that unfortunate because I did manage to get out Tyrant Tributes eventually. I definitely drew a lot of lands that I'd rather not draw. Or if I just had Alexa down. Okay, yeah, I'm forced to chump here. So actually I just die next turn to Starving Stalker if they choose not to use it. That's probably no, they're out of creatures in yard. Huh. Okay. They're not out of fuel yet. Or they lose to life. Okay, so I can Earthbreaker the Deathbed Confessor and use it to chump. And that gets me pretty close to lethal. Okay, so here, does that do anything? No, not really. So this turn I play Earthbreaker, whack the Deathbed Compressor, knock him down to 10, swing with both of these guys, knock him down to 5. So here he's not very useful, right? No? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, if I can get Sahiri into play and plus it, or plus her, then next turn I can minus to make a giant thing that whacks them. So like they're forced to deal with her if I play her. Problem is I think Earthbreaker Behemoth is way more important right now. I just need to get I need to get Deathbed Confessor off the board, or else they can just swing for lethal. And I have 6 mana in total. What happens if I play Sahiri and stay back? I get to loot 1 skill to 9. I chump Denethra and Deathbed Confess, or I trade with Deathbed, chump Denethra. They still get to connect with Starving Stalker on Sahiri, which is not great. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the obvious play, which is try to force as much damage as possible. Okay, whack you. Oh yeah, the Denethra Bike Music grows from that. I'm fine because I can just chump it with Earthbreaker, assuming nothing else happens. And I'll play New Divide tapped, sure. So it's basically just hope my opponent has nothing next turn. And then hope that they don't leave back enough blockers so that I can try to lethal them next turn with Sahiri doing 2 damage. Okay, they are fetching, so they're down to 4. So if my 2/2 connects, then Sahiri kills them. And they're gonna play another Mug Bruiser. Oh dear. Actually, no matter what happens, I need to win next turn or else Starving Stalker menaces me and I die. Yep. Alright, I have to chump their 2 mana 9/9 with my 5 mana 5/5. So let's see, what Layer and Alpha would win the game for me, so I'm hoping top deck Layer and Alpha. In fact, I'm so actually what does Silent Flourishing do? Silent Flourishing won't do it. Is there any top decks that would want me to not fetch? Druvagia would. Druvagia isn't good either because I can't shoot anything down. No, Druvagia gives me 3 shots. Or actually, yeah, 3 shots, which means I get to kill a Starving Stalker and then swing. That doesn't do it. Yeah, there's no point in sacking the land right now. Oh, huh. Yeah, I guess that works. I mean, hey, I was sort of unlucky drawing that many lands, so might as well. Yeah. Might as well get paid off for it. Not lethal, right? Yeah. Looks like Layer and Alpha, even after the nerf, still does Layer and Alpha things. Yeah, that was a close game. That was all on top decks. So sideboarding. What does my opponent have in the sideboard? What the heck is that card? I've never seen half of these cards before. Alright, nothing too important in their board that I have to worry about. I'm gonna bring in another Sacrificial Bowl, because that card's pretty good. Earthbreaker, because they have creatures, so I can kill those creatures with Earthbreaker. Ramsey's actually pretty good in this matchup because it chumps Muck Bruisers. Silent Flourishing, whatever. And I need one more cut. Tribe of Tributes was decent that game. Actually, Layer and Alpha was also pretty good that game. Yeah, Layer lets me get lethal later on. I think I'm supposed to cut, when do I cut? Druvagia is decent. It blocks early Muck Bruisers. I think Sahir is actually not great because, sure. And then maybe I brought in a bit too many 2-drops, so I'll cut a Life's Work. Yeah. Alright, time for game 2. Similar hand to last game, actually. Since I have an early Alexa plus a tap land, or explore land for my 1-drop, I will keep this hand. But things can go south very quickly if my Alexa gets discarded and I don't draw any other early game. I'm just hoping it doesn't happen. Actually, if I flip a land after Crumbling Shrine, I will have to discard the hand size on my first turn. Alright, and they're going to play out Grim Bastion turn 1 and fetch a Swamp. And they play Oracle's Vision, sure. What did they mill? Nothing too important, right? Wealth of the Underbrush. Interesting card. And Motivator Shrine, alright. What should I flip? Oh. Okay, what do I discard to hand size? I'll discard New Divide because it's strictly worse than Timber Range. Yeah, they play Fungomire, and let's see. Wealth of the Underbrush. So they're at 10 cards in yard already. So if they have a Denethra Muck Bruiser, that's already starting to grow. It's actually not that many creatures in their yard, surprisingly enough. I'm assuming they're gonna grab the Denethra Muck Bruiser. Yeah, they're gonna take the Starving Stalker. Okay, sure. Actually, maybe I should have bought in Solar Flare, because that thing's decent against Starving Stalk. I can't say that guy's name. But anyways, now I have to. I'll fetch Flourishing. No, I can't fetch Flourishing Crevasse because I don't have a basic forest in play. So I have to fetch my basic mountain. Good thing that thing didn't get milled off Oracle's Vision, because if that did happen, then I would have been kind of screwed, because I wouldn't have been able to play Alexa turn 2. Anyways, play Alexa turn 2, and play out my extra land. I don't think they have any ways to haste things out, so Alexa's going to stick for a turn, which means I get to ramp to 5 next turn, and then I get to drop layer and alpha the turn after next turn. I still have nothing else to do, so like, I'm still waiting to draw into something decent. I mean, alternatively, I can just Pale Weaver back the Sack Bow by discarding one of my land instead of ramping next turn. That might be decent too, because once I get Sack Bow into play, now my opponent has to worry whenever they try to do something with their yard, because I can just exile a card from the yard at instant speed for 1 green. Yeah, Oracle's Vision also helping me there. And let's see, Starving Stalker, yeah, sure. That thing will kill Alexa the turn after next turn. And they're gonna discard Deathbed Confessor right now, sure. What can I top deck here? Oh, Lumbering Hillock. That was what I was hoping to fetch with Timber Range, actually. That's unfortunate. I do need to actually get on board, so I should probably just Alexa back something. I can Alexa back Ramsey. I mean, that does chump the Starving Stalker for a turn. That might be worth it. It keeps Alexa alive for a turn. Does that do anything? And then the turn after next turn, I can drop Layer and Alpha with Alexa Plus. And then the turn after next turn, then I get to drop Time Tributes by Alexa Plusing again, right? Yeah, maybe it's worth it. I'll try it out, I guess. Like, again, they have no way to haste stuff out in their deck, so what I see on board is what I'm going to get next turn. So I'm pretty safe, I think. Yeah, get back Ramsey. Fetch my Flourishing Crevasse, because might as well fetch it before they mill it with Oracle's Vision or something. And I have to put the Ramsey Aura on the mountain in case they top deck Primal Resurgence. But that's fine. I'm strictly using this Ramsey as a chump Starving Stalker for a turn. Or I guess a Fog. A 2-mana Fog that ramps me at sorcery speed. Doesn't sound too bad when you say it like that. Even if Alexa gets killed, I still get to play out Lyra next turn off the land aura. So yeah, I think this plan works out decently well, no matter what happens. And they're gonna have to exile their Deathbed Confessor. Yeah, actually, now I think about it, Generator's deck just feels anti-synergistic, because you have this Starving Stalker that eats up stuff from your yard, and you have Deathbed Confessor and Denny's Muck Bruiser, or Deathbed Confessor wants to stay in your yard so you can reanimate it, and Muck Bruiser wants stuff in your yard. I mean, like, Starving Stalker lets you discard creature cards from your hand, but you really don't want to be doing that if you can help it, right? They play the forms. Okay, sure, that works. They can snag my Lair and Alpha if they want. So does that change my plan in any way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I still can't play Tyrant. What does that thing do? Oh, that thing does give stuff haste, huh? Do they have a reanimate here? Or, I mean, do they have Unearth at their last card? Because that'd be pretty scary. Seems like they do, huh? I guess what I said earlier about them not having any way to haste stuff is completely wrong. But on the bright side, what's the bright side? Time of Tributes will come down eventually. Like, that probably flips the game on them. You can always top deck stuff. Like, Alexa's probably going to die here, but that means Alexa soaks up 7 damage from something, or I mean 6 damage. That's a decent amount of damage to soak up. Okay, yeah, sure. I just take. It's only for 1 turn. Right, let's see what I draw. Ramsey number 2. Man, that Ramsey's legendary. It sucks. But I draw multiple copies of it. All right, what's the plan here? I'm gonna play Tyrant next turn, so I should probably just play out Ramsey as a way to get more chumpers. Is there any point in chumping now? There is. Like, actually, Lumbering Hillock plus Ramsey will kill the Starving Stalker if they forget to discard to it next turn. Is that worth anything? It might be. Actually, no, I can't do that because I need Lumbering Hillock to be alive so I can actually cast Tyrant, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm nowhere near casting Tyrant next turn. Yeah, alright, I'll trade Lumbering Hillock plus Antelope for Starving Stalker because that's the only thing that's actually threatening me right now. But yeah, sure. Alright, and they're going to play Denisha Muck Bruiser. Sure, that's concerning. It's massive right now. Maybe I should have just, I should have just brought back Sackbow that turn. Like, if I brought back Sackbow, I could have prevented all this. Because then I exiled the Chantwood Channeler. Why did I not bring back Sackbow? Okay, sure. I guess I'm willing to offer. Well, no, they need to have Muck Bruiser. The Nether Mech Bruiser is fine fine to deal with because I can chump it with Ramsey a bunch. Yeah, sure. Well, at least this thing's finally done. They have Unearth, but they need to draw it, and they have 0 cards in hand. So Ramsey's just going to be there chumping the Nether Mech Bruiser for a while. Unfortunately, I can't play out my second Ramsey right now. Sahiri. Does that do anything? It lets me loot away my Tyrant, but I don't want to loot away my Tyrant, right? Actually, I play Sahiri plus her. Sahiri, Ramsey plus Sahiri, and then now I'm threatening a -4 next turn. Does that do anything? No, not really. Well, I mean, it's not like I have any better plays right now, so I will play out Sahiri. I mean, Sahiri lets me see what's on top of my deck, so if I find something good there, I will loot with her. Pedal Weaver. Okay, yeah, sure. That means I'm willing to discard Tyrant Tributes. And now I'll fetch Forest and then play Ramsey number 2, I guess. Yeah, I'm not getting full chump value out of Ramsey, but I'm using it to protect Sahiri because I want to get the Sahiri minus off. And yeah, okay. Actually, no, I should put it on the mountain because in case I drop Primal Resurgence. The Grove of Corruption is ticking up, but I don't think it's going to activate before the game ends. Like, the creatures are just way too big for it to... They're running low on resources and their creatures are way too big. So actually, I could like Alexa and then grab Sackbow. And this is where putting on my auras on the mountain comes back to bite me, because if I put these auras on the forest, I would have been able to Sackbow and then exile a bunch of stuff from their yard. Like, their yard's full of lands too. Sackbow would have been giant right now if I actually fetched that thing earlier. Because it will also have given me stuff to do with my floating mana, since I keep drawing lands or something. Are they going to try to attack down Sahiri? If they do, I'm just going to chump. I mean, if they don't, I'm still going to chump, because 9 damage is a lot. Actually, what's on top of my deck right now? Like, I keep the... Oh. Okay, that's actually kind of good, I think. Are they just going to bum rush down Sahiri? I mean, sure. I mean, I'll chomp here. Actually, it does take up Grove of Corruption. Maybe that's something I need to worry about. Does it bring back all creatures from your target player's yard? Okay, so if they target me with this thing, then I lose really big time. Actually, does Primal Resurgence make me mana? I might be able to Tyrant this turn if I... Well, let me just look. Okay, Sackbow on top. That's nice. That's good things to do for next turn. So anyways, 1, 2, 3. Oh, no matter what happens, I'm going to put Primal Resurgence on my mountain. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm 1 off Tyrant Tributes. That's unfortunate. Wait, Alexa is useless right now because I have nothing in hand to discard. Okay, yeah, probably should have thought of that. So the good news is I can bring back Sackbow with No, I can't. Or no, I know Sackbow's on top, so I can loot away Alexa to get a Sackbow. And then Sackbow, how much mana do I have? I can pump a stupid amount of mana into Sackbow. Although, again, if I stuck Primal Resurgence on... If I stuck all these auras on a forest, I could have gotten way more green mana to work with. Yeah, Sackbow is way better than... Actually, do I minus Sahiri? 1, 2, 3, 4... No, I do not minus Sahiri. I plus Sahiri, discard the Alexa, draw the Sackbow, play out Sackbow, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 Sackbow activations available. I'm just going to pass and see what my opponent does. I could have had 7 Sackbow activations available if I played a bit more carefully. I'm fine with taking a single Nether Mech Bruiser hit. Like, I'm fine with Sahiri dying to Mech Bruiser. Actually, what's on top of my deck? Sackbow number 2, huh? Interesting. Yeah. Alright, that's looking good for me. I can just pump up 2 super huge Sackbows. And after 2 turn cycles, I think I can start shrinking the Nether Mech Bruiser. Actually, I'm already shrinking the Nether Mech Bruiser by activating Sackbow a bunch. Okay, they're gonna cast it, sure. Actually, can I kill the Nether Mech Bruiser? Let me calculate. So every Sackbow activation is gonna minus this guy a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that guy would be a 7/7, and then this guy gets -5/-5. That would kill the Nether Mech Bruiser. Maybe I should just go for that. Well, I mean, no matter what happens, I'm gonna activate all 3 of these guys. Do they have Pithwell? They have Pithwell. I'm just gonna start exiling these guys. So now the Nether Mech Bruiser is what? Only getting +4/+4, so that's a something 7. Okay, so doing this lets me... My bruiser should only be getting +3/+3 right now, so it should only be a 5/6. And yeah, I can block it now. So I'm assuming this block does work out. So here goes down to 2 counters, but that's fine because they're still alive, and I still have Sackbow on top. Yeah. Actually, do I need to play another Sackbow? I don't actually think I need to. Okay, what's on top? Another Sahiri. Is that better than Sackbow number 2? I mean, right now I don't think it is, because I already have a Sahiri in play, and I don't want to play my other Sahiri just yet. Well, actually, I can Sahiri plus and then Sahiri plus again, but then I have nothing to discard. I think it's just better to keep Sackbow in hand and then top deck my other Sahiri when my thing dies, so I can actually make use of it whenever I flip into it. Okay, so I definitely swing, and then I play Sackbow, keep up 4 mana for it. Okay, sure. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I do. Okay, yeah, that thing dies. Sure. Creative Corruption's getting really scary now, because 2 more death and they're reanimating my entire yard. If they do that, then I have to use Sackbow to exile 4 creatures, which is fine, right? Yeah, it's fine if I have to use Sackbow for this purpose, because I have enough mana to do that. And I think I'm head on board right now. Wait, it's Death Touch? Ah. Alright, I probably should have actually read what the card does. Alright, well, did I forget to activate Sahiri? Okay, I'm misplaying now. But that's fine because I have Sahiri number 2 coming down soon. Alright, sure. So if they attack with Channeler, I think I can't actually afford to block with Sackbow because I need to exile my own yard in preparation for Creative Corruption. When if they attack Sahiri, I just let that happen. I'll activate Sackbow a bunch of times, make it into 4. Put 4 counters on it, and then I can't attack ever because Deadwood Terror has Death Touch for some reason. So I'm kind of hoping they attack with Deadwood Terror so I don't have to worry about it blocking. Nope, they're only going to attack with Channeler, and yeah, there goes Sahiri. I wonder if the 1 life that I missed out on could have mattered. If they Pithwelt, then whatever. Okay, yeah. I'm assuming they have no response, so I'm just going to start activating Sackbow, all of them now. A 2/2 Death Toucher is pretty good keeping back a 6/6 Sackbow though. There's that. Alright, so here I play Sahiri, I plus her, and then what? Because now I have to worry about Creative Corruption activation, and I need to keep up enough Sackbow activations to beat something like that. I mean, they're not targeting their own yard, I don't think, because if they target their own yard, I can exile everything. If they target my yard, I can exile the most important things, but they get back 2 Ramsey and 2 Sackbows. That might just be fine, actually. I'll play Sahiri, see what's on top. Okay, that's pretty good for next turn. I mean, they have to hit Sahiri now because, yeah. They have to hit Sahiri or else next turn I -4 her and then I get a big tramply hasty dude that gets killed by Deathwood Terror because that thing has Death Touch for some reason. Personally, I'm hoping they try to get the last counter on Creative Corruption by killing their own guy, because that's better value for me because I don't have to worry about killing my own thing. That's fine, right? Like Sahiri, wait, I could have Sahiri minus the Deadwood Terror to attack. I'm layering Alpha on top, I know that, okay. I'm not alright with the Creative activation right now. Like when I'm letting them get back, I think they need some... They would have a bunch of Deadwood Terrors, which means I can't ever attack through them. I'll block this. I'll block here. You can activate Creative Corruption if you want. I'll just activate Sackbow a bunch. Is this thing instant speed? God, it's instant speed. Right, so now I'm going to start exiling my own yard because, first of all, I'm getting rid of Tire Tributes. To activate it now. Alright, sure. I planned for this, exactly. And so I'm going to get rid of all 3 of my biggest things, and then you can have the rest, which is whatever this is. You do get a bunch of Sackbows, but you don't have enough green mana to activate them reliably. I guess you can put all your Ramsey auras onto the Fungal Mire to get some green mana for Sackbow. I think I'm mostly just fine with that. Like, they get a decently big board. Sahiri gets to kill their Deadwood Terror, and then I drop Lair and Alpha and swing with everything. They get to activate Sackbow a bit. Do they have enough Sackbow activations to trade with? I mean, they can trade with my Sackbow, but that's fine, right? Okay, what's on top? Crumbling Shrine. Okay, that's not a great draw for next turn. So play here is shoot Deadwood Terror, swing with everything. I'm assuming Sahiri is going to die next turn. I mean, I can't let it survive even if I tried, or can't make her survive even if I tried. So yeah, whack Deadwood Terror, play there in Alpha, and try to get a big swing in this turn. They can actually they can like activate Sack Bow twice and then block all my... Yeah, they can do that, which is pretty good for them, but that means my own Sack Bow doesn't die, so that's probably a usable outcome. It also knocks out the land auras off their Fungo Mire. Okay, Timber Range and Lumbering Hillock, sure. They're finally getting stuff out there. Damage, alright, sure. That's actually really bad for me, I think. So next turn they get to activate Sack Bows twice. That's a 5/5. They get to attack past my layer on Alpha. And I have Crumbling Shrine on top, which does absolutely nothing. Which is good to know that my next draw is not going to be good. If Sahiri survives, I can loot it away, but I don't think it's going to survive. Warp Sped, huh? They're exiling out their... Okay, sure, they're turning off Sack Bow. I mean, it also caps their own Sack Bows, so that's alright for me. They have... Okay, they get 2 Sack Bow activations. So, like, they can put all their counters on 1 Sack Bow and get a 5/5 Sack Bow. I'm assuming that's what they're going to do. So they're going to spread out their counters. I mean, that's fine, too. I think that works out better for me in the long run, because now I can start attacking with Leyline Alphas. Okay. Actually, it means my own Sack Bow isn't super great. Okay, what's on top? Primary Surgeons. Is that better than a Crumbling Shrine? Probably not. Maybe it is? I don't know. So what are my 2 options here? I can either discard my Crumbling Shrine, play Primary Surgeons, or I can play Crumbling Shrine, knock Primary Surgeons off the top of my deck. The second option is better because it increases my land count too, which is good for Sahiri. Okay, so what's on top? Oops. Okay, so what's on top? Well, I mean, that's something I can look forward to next turn, I guess, if I survive. And I'm going to survive because, yeah. So, do I want to use Layer and Alpha to trade the Sack Bow? Actually, a Crumbling Shrine can trump for Sack Bow too. If I attack here, they're definitely trading, right? Is that a good outcome for me? So they attack, Sahiri dies. I draw Life's Work, I play Life's Work and animate with my Crumbling Shrines. Actually, the fact that Crumbling Shrine means that I can animate Crumbling Shrine, swing, and then they block Shrine and Layer and Alpha. I think that's not a good outcome for me, so I should just, like, if I want to swing, I should just swing with both of these guys. They can also, like, double block the Sack Bow. That's also really bad for me, actually, so I shouldn't do that. Yeah, I'll be on the defensive. Like, I try Life's Work next turn, and that thing probably eventually gets me there if I survive for long enough. So it's kind of bad if you don't have cards in hand, though, as I found out. They can animate Deadwood Terrors now, can't they? That's a problem. Maybe I should have, like, started exiling the Deadwood Terrors before I realized that. How did I beat a bunch of Deadwood Terrors? Tyrant's already gone. Do I have anything that can beat a bunch of Deadwood Terrors? I don't think there is. I don't have anything like that in my deck, right? Maybe it's Sahiri with a bunch of... Actually, no, it's Drubagia. Like, I have to outman Drubagia, and then that thing probably gets there. But that's really far in the future because I'm stuck on lands for some reason. They just passed. Okay, that's good for me. And I'll animate my bigger Crumbling Shrine. Is the thing instant speed? It's only sorcery speed. Okay, good. So that means I play Life's Work and then exile Deadwood Terrors before, because I do not want to deal with those things. And yeah, I'm just gonna, like, get rid of those guys now, before they get the opportunity to use them. How far are they away from Chantwitcher? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're 2 lands, 2 mana away, so, like, I can leave that thing in the yard for a turn. They just pass. Okay, that's good for me. Well, I'm just gonna use this opportunity to get rid of this guy. Well, I have nothing else to do with MSEM, so I might as well just keep getting stuff out of their yard. I'm assuming they don't have Pisswell because they would have used it already by now if they had it. Which reminds me, did I not check what's on top? Oh, it's Forest. I see. Alright, Life's Work ticks up. Let's see what I get off this thing. Ramsey, that's sort of disappointing. It's fine. Earthbreaker, ooh, that's good. So Earthbreaker kills one of the Sack Bows. What's on top? Crumbling Shrine. That's probably better than Ramsey at this point, right? Yeah, because that lets me dig 1 deeper. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I play Earthbreaker, punch something, and then play Crumbling Shrine. Yeah, seems solid. What's on top? Layer and Alpha. Well, that thing's definitely staying on top, so And it's layer on alpha, by the way, yeah. Okay, so I get to punch the sack bowl, finally. That means now I get to swing with sack bowl. I don't think they want to let it connect because layer on alpha is staring right there. If it connects, it gets a counter. So it will get rid of one of the antelopes. I mean, that's fine. All right, they can sack the sack bowl to fiddle the ability and not take that much damage. All right, and choose your trumps. Unless you just want to take 6 to the face. I mean, I'm fine with that too. Again, layer on alpha is just staring over there. Sure. I did activate Sahiri this turn, right? I mean, yeah, I did, of course. I used it to loot into Crumbling Shrine. Alright, I mean, next turn's pretty good, because Life's Work will flip layer on alpha, and then Sahiri does whatever. And once layer on alpha's down, I get to start whacking them. Well, 2 layer on alphas is in play is pretty scary, because anything that connects becomes really big. Starving Stalker, yeah, fine. Just means I have to exile their only creature in yard end of turn so that they don't get a second counter on this guy. Actually, what happened to all my arty studies? I guess I never drew any of them. Okay, so once Sahiri gets to... If I draw something good next turn, I think I'm just gonna ultimate Sahiri and get and cash in my big elemental trampoline guy. It's a 7/7 haste trampoline guy, and then I have layer in alpha, so that gets 2 counters once it connects. Okay, Bowl's gonna exile another one of your creatures. But they can, oh yeah, they can do that, right? All right, sure. You got me. That seems to be a 3/3, and I can't do anything to stop that. And let's see, Earthbreaker. Ooh, nice. Okay, what's on top? Petal Weaver. That's actually my yard's kind of desecrated right now, so it's not as good, but it's fine. Okay, so Earthbreaker will kill Sackbowl. Or no, Earthbreaker's gonna kill Starving Stalker, so I can't grow anymore. And then I mine Sahiri and swing with everything. Seems solid. They can try to trade if they want, but they might. I don't think they want to. You know, tap it like this. So yeah, Earthbreaker, punch your Starving Stalker. I'm assuming they're just gonna let it die. Well, I mean, they can't save it, right? GG, yeah. Close game. I could have played better if I like that turn where I activated Sackbow a bunch of times to put some counters on it. I like the second Sackbow because the first Sackbow attacking to the Death Toucher because I didn't read the card. That was embarrassing. But here, there was actually a strategical decision there where instead of using Sackbow to exile a bunch of lands to put counters on it, because like the counters doesn't matter past point because they were chumping that turn anyways. I should have just used that opportunity to exile all of my top end from my yard so that once they try to activate Creative Corruption on me, I can exile the rest of my yard instead of only exiling the top part and then, yeah. But yeah, GG's. That was a close game, but that means I get to go into round 2 1-0. Nice.